What's up, everybody? This is Joe. So you want a crypto today? OVR. It is possible to make money with OVR. You can sell your lands, you can rent your lands, there's a marketplace, there is a lot going on here. They have a web builder SDK, super easy to use. I'm going to show you just in a couple short minutes. We're going to put a T-Rex on Santa Monica Pier right in front of where the Pacific Park roller coaster and stuff is. I'm going to put a big old fat T-Rex right there. And then another thing I want to talk about in this video today is going to be luxury NFTs coming to OVR through Exclusible. So if this sounds like something you are interested in, and you should be, if you're an OVR, if you're interested in augmented reality, virtual reality, stuff like that, you like NFTs, especially luxury NFTs, they're talking supercars, jewelry, watches, stuff like that. We know there's other ones out there, Gucci, Porsche Design, Dolce & Gabbana, and a bunch of others that are working on NFTs or have already made NFTs and are selling them. So having someone working with these kinds of brands to put, Exclusible really hasn't listed too many names. I've heard Bugatti, I've heard a few others, but I guess we should just get right into it. So OVR, if you haven't heard of OVR, is a spatial web platform for avatars. You can do, they have like the Sistine Chapel. You can walk through a little porthole and all of a sudden you're in the Sistine Chapel and you can check out all the paintings and everything. It's like you're almost there. And you view all this through your mobile devices, like your phone, your tablets, and eventually, which is really going to be the initial like catalyst that makes this just go bananas, are going to be the glasses, right? So when the glasses come out or something similar to that, some sort of visor or something like that, where we can see augmented reality heads-up displays in a cool, fashionable, easy to get around with way, and 5G, as our technology and download speeds increase, we'll be able to put more and more complex augmented reality experiences into real life. So this is a 3 to 5 year investment. We're looking down the road just a little bit, but it's only been a few months, and I'm going to show you on here one of the properties that I was able to flip, and I made a 38.5x profit on one property. So there are 1.6 trillion hexagons all over the world. Each of these are 300 square meters. They're pretty easy to see. They have a mobile app. Here's the hexagons and the shape like that, right? So they're ERC 721s, and if you don't know, ERC 721s are NFTs. Those are the original NFT standards. They are like the most robust, is what it's called. Then you have stuff like ERC 20. That's a fungible token. They're all the same. It's kind of like dollar bills. They're all the same. Same function, same value, same utility. And then you have ERC 1155s, which are kind of your semi-fungibles, right? So these are the 721s, and that's the lands, just so we're clear on that. There is an OVR ERC 20. Here's your address for Ethereum, and it is 78, almost 79 cents right now, which is a pretty good deal. This thing had reached, I think, about $3 at its peak over here, $2.91. And that was back in March 24th. It's got about a $12.5 million market cap. And over the last 24 hours, we're up 3.5%. But over the last month, we're down about 8%. So really not too bad. You can find OVR, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, Gate.io. They're talking, other exchanges, I'm sure. But right now, those are probably your best bets. So let's talk about the land that I sold. Let's just go right to it. So you want to know how to make money? Right here. So this is the property. It's on Rodeo Drive. And I have a few others. All these red ones are mine that I'm selling, just to kind of feel the market out. And then I also have a few. It's a little slow today. All of these are mine. I own about half this block up here and some others and stuff, right? So this property that we're going to talk about, when we go down here, you'll see sell history, 500 OVR, 13 days ago, from my address to the purchasing address. I purchased it for 23 OVR 5 months ago, and that cost me $10. The 500 OVR at purchase price. After taking out my $10, I made about $385 in profit, which is a 38.5x return. So there you go. It is possible. Here's what it looks like. If you've never been to Rodeo, there's a little walking loop that goes around, and right here in front of Porsche Design is the property that I sold. So what is Porsche Design? Well, they are a luxury brand with a particular focus on technically inspired products. Porsche Design brand was founded in 1972 by Ferdinand Alexander Porsche, and he was the designer of the Porsche 911. And then since then, here's their catalog, Porsche Design, their fashion, sports, eyewear, bags, luggage, timepieces, electronics, accessories, and stuff like that. Fragrances. Here's your watches. So I'm not sure if they have an affiliation with what I'm talking about, but it is the land, and it kind of prompted me to do a little bit more research. So Porsche Design Tower, they have one in Miami, they have a couple in Germany. So I was like, well, if somebody bought this, maybe it was someone trying to fill in the rest of these. So here's where they are, the Porsche Design Tower in Miami. And if we put that with our OVR overlay, it's all been purchased. So Porsche Design has all of this purchased. They also have, here's Porsche Design in Frankfurt, Germany. And they have quite a bit of this, but this is like right at the door entrance area. So I went ahead and put a bid in on that one. And then you have the Porsche Museum, which has all been purchased for OVR. Not saying that causation and correlation are related here, but just something to look at. So then we know that Porsche, and I know Porsche Designs and Porsche Motor Company or whatever are separate entities in themselves, but we know that Porsche has been into NFTs in the past with the Rick Ross kaleidoscopic Porsche, where you got the 911 and an NFT. Here's what it looked like. Looks like it drove through a paint store. I mean, it's kind of cool, but I don't know. It's not me. We also know that OVR and Exclusible.com, an NFT platform for luxury brands, announces a strategic partnership to merge physical and virtual worlds through AR/VR. And the AR thing is what, OVR is all about. So Exclusible.com is the first e-retailer for digital collectible assets in the luxury sector. We're talking supercars, watches, fashion, jewelry. So that's kind of why I put all this together in a big pile. Today announced a partnership with ovr.ai, a decentralized platform for geo-localized AR/VR experiences. OVR and Exclusible will explore a collaboration across a number of metaverse dimensions, including wearables. This will be your watches, digital fashion, land, so NFT showcasing galleries, events, expeditions, and an AR wallet, allowing broader visibility of the Exclusible's NFTs. And then also, they're going to have a marketplace on Exclusible where OVR products will be able, so more exposure on another market. Both teams are also exploring synergies in terms of gamification, airdrops, treasure hunts, stuff like that. Exclusible already did their first airdrop for the letter E, and I believe they're doing like 10 letters or something along those lines. But I tried to get in and it sold out in like 18, or it was out in like 18 minutes. So I did not get one. That was earlier today, by the way. Exclusible, that's kind of a hard word to say, plans to leverage OVR's technology to connect the world's leading luxury brands to OVRLand's digital metaverse. Luxury brands, OVR. So they're going to be, this is kind of encouraging for me. So I'm going to try and skip over some of the stuff that we already know about. 300 square meters, the ERC 721, right, NFT standard on the Ethereum blockchain. And so these are soft minted as well. So if you're not familiar with OVR, just real quick, when people hear Ethereum, they think high gas fees, and I don't want to get into the whole Ethereum NFT thing just yet because I don't want to pay those gas fees. What if the gas fees more than the NFT in the future or something like that? So what you can do is, most of mine are soft minted. You don't actually pay the Ethereum until you transfer it, put it on an exchange, or do something that actually needs to interact with the Ethereum blockchain, if that makes sense. So keep that into consideration. Just because it's Ethereum doesn't mean you're going to pay gas fees every single time, like we've seen on a lot of other projects, right? So imagine having AR VR experiences such as an avatar wearing 3D watch. You can have and I'm just throwing names out here. I'm not saying any of this associations are guaranteed or anything like that. We're just talking luxury brands in general, so don't hold me to it. Again, if you like this content, like, subscribe, comment. Remember, I always put in the time stamp so you can kind of get around. So you could have an NFT visible on the Eiffel Tower. 3D watches, man. You could have, your avatar could have like a legit Rolex NFT from Rolex. Interesting concept. In-game tokens unlocked if a threshold amount of people are present in a location. And there's also a little bit too where the exclusible NFTs, the more you get, like the more VIP privileges or something along those lines that you'll get. Exclusible airdrops using OVR treasure hunt technology. And the treasure hunt technology is pretty good. I've done many treasure hunts, and I think it's 6.67 on average OVR that you get out of every 10 chests, and that's from them. So you can kind of figure out how many OVR you would get on a treasure hunt. They also have some that you can open for free, some that you can open through a subscription service if you're interested. They have great mobile technology, and most of their stuff is geared towards mobile usage, right? So the SDK and stuff like that, it's more of a desktop thing for me, but I've had no problems with the OVR mobile app. I think it's really good. We can do fashion shows. We can an auction organized by Exclusible or on OVR, an auction of OVRLands on exclusible.com. So you could that's what I'm talking about. You could do marketplace on Exclusible. Dual auction example. So this is something that I've been working on quite a bit now, but combining OVRLands with either like artists. So some of the stuff that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go around and I'm finding like stuff for music and celebrity and other kind of entities. And then, so let's say you have someone that you want to work with and it's their favorite restaurant. You could buy the OVR of that restaurant and work with them to do an NFT of them maybe holding a sign outside or waving at people or something. It will stay there forever and everybody will get to see it. And then you could sell the land and the NFT from the artist to someone else, if that makes sense. So like your favorite band, maybe they like to hang out at some like local burger joint that they started at, and that's where they hung. You could get that place, have the band, maybe take an old picture, or, you know, do some cool stuff, put some posters up, and all of that would be an AR. Combine everything together, maybe even with a little bit of a music clip NFT or something with an artist, and you could combine that into one huge NFT package. And that's kind of where they're talking. A dual auction example is you could buy a supercar NFT that would give you the right to a land on, say, Miami Beach. And this is separating them a little bit. You get like an exclusive land by buying an exclusive NFT. Similar concept. It's not a bad... this is where we're going with NFTs. NFTs just aren't gifts that are limited and scarce anymore. It's going to be a much more in-depth thing. AR/VR experiences to show exclusible NFTs to your friends and all of that, right? So you can do this with a remote viewing. You can do, you know, you could set up a gallery of your own. There's quite a few little things you can do with this. Doing this partnership, this is from the OVR CEO. Exclusible is only the first step in a much wider set of exclusible OVR integration possibilities that can redefine the entire AR/VR industry. And they're excited to showcase the potential of combining NFTs with decentralized metaverses to create vibrant and interactive virtual. So this is kind of, it's just an interesting concept. So some things when we start talking about NFTs, luxury NFTs, watch skins is coming soon with their release of the first smart wearable NFTs. So you have the watch and it works out through your mobile device or something like that. But then watch faces are the NFTs and they work. They're accurate, right? So you can buy these it's like buying a watch, except you have the base and then you display each of your NFTs as your NFT skin, right? I think that's pretty cool. That's really cool, especially if you're kind of a watch guy. And you know, you get some luxury brands and some stuff like that. Pretty cool. Dolce & Gabbana to launch high fashion inspired NFT collection in Venice. I'm not going to read these articles. I'll put all these links below in the description. You can check them out. But everybody, Topps, Warner Brothers, UFC, DeLorean, Motor Company, Playboy, MLB, USA, everyone is going to NFTs, blockchain, stuff like that. It's Gucci sells NFT inspired by latest collection at Christie's. I think it was about $20,000 last bid. Gucci sneakers will cost $12 USD, but you'll never be able to wear them. And these, they're doing, having already dipped into the digital footwear realm, the luxury fashion house Gucci is now launching a series of augmented reality sneakers. This is part of a major push from their parent Kering to keep at the forefront of virtual reality trends. Fashion's really digging in on these NFTs. Here's Vogue Business. Luxury fashion brands poised to join the NFT party. This was in April. And I know we've seen a little bit of a dip in the market since then, but NFTs are not, they're not really going away anytime soon, I don't think. They're only going to get stronger. And this is something, you know, maybe speculative look at, whatever. Just something to keep in mind. But I think that OVR fashion and luxury NFTs have a future. So they go through this article and talk about the Sydney-based Nuno, which is right here. This is their website. And they have, look, digital fashion shows and quite a busy, you know, coats, shoes, all sorts of crazy stuff going on here. You have Clothia, digital and physical dresses. 7 ETH, 3.5 ETH. Right here, physical and digital dress. So Exclusible Digital Luxury. This is the brand, or this is the one that has a project with OVR. The others were just luxury NFTs, right? Premium platform for luxury NFTs coming soon. I am a collector. I represent a band. Collectible airdrops. So this is where you start if you want to get on these collectible airdrops. You put your email, CAPTCHA, and stuff like that. So under their Twitter, here's the Exclusible Digital Luxury, bridging the gap between the physical and digital market for high value brands, NFTs. NFT collectors, they have a Discord you can join, which I've joined. Here's their little quick video, but basically this is, you know, you can put your supercar in your living room, you could put your watch. All these are really neat NFTs. So they had the 100 letters collected in 18 minutes. So in the next few days they'll have the next letter, but these are their, you're supposed to be able to spell exclusible through, so I'm guessing the next letter is going to be X. And there's only 100 of each letter, so you got to watch for those. E today, first ones to arrive and click the airdrop button, get it. I clicked on it and it was already over, and I thought I was at, my time I think might have been off. Exclusible and OVR joined together. Here, now we can start to see OVR logo, Exclusible logo. You will be able to interact, play, or display your NFTs in any place in the world you want. Literally any place. Big thank you. I think that's a pretty big step forward for OVR. Metaverse NFT gaming, all you can find in OVR. Here's some, you know, pretty good little read on here. But mostly I want to talk about right here. They're talking about this jumping to a $200 billion mark by 2023. It started out at $338 million, and then it's up to 22 billion, kind of roughly about the time of this article. So another, what is that, 10x almost on the market. I think that, yeah, big things are coming for this. If you're one of the first every month to buy, the first 500 OVR lands that buy every month get cash back. And it's, each month it's a little less %, but keep that in mind. You can get cash back if you buy early. It's, you know, the first 500, so it's a mad rush at the first of every month. Okay, so we talked about, here's where we're going to put our T-Rex. Here is the Santa Monica Pier. Beautiful Southern California, right here. And I got a few properties on Santa Monica. But I figured right here in the middle, in front of Pacific Park and the Harbor Grill. This is, everybody goes through here. This is lots and, oops, that's don't want no peeking and skipping ahead. So here is our OVRLands. So the one we're going to put it on is this one right here. And again, that's going to be this piece right here. And to do that is as easy as go to the OVR SDR web page, right? I think it's this. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, you'll go to the SDK, and then it'll bring you to this page right here. And it'll ask you if you want to do an OVR gallery or you want to do a new empty project. So the OVR gallery, they've already built a room set up. And if you see all these little screens on here, they just have like the OVR logo or whatever. You can go into this and take those, change them, and put your own work on it. Like me, I'm working on one where it's kind of like my me room, my resume room, whatever, where you go in and it has all of my degree diplomas on the wall. It has, you know, some of my major accomplishments, you know, some of my different things about me. So like if I was to try to go to an employer or, you know, something along those lines, I could actually, hey, look, check out, walk around inside my resume room. You could do this if you're an artist. You could make a small display room and you could show people this. You could put this on your OVRLands. Maybe that's a video. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to show you a video on all that and some other really cool ideas. Then comment and we'll see what we can do. But for today, we're going to make a new project. So you'll hit that new project. You'll come to this. I've already done like a little pre one right here. So here's our T-Rex. I've sized it so that it's about 20 feet tall, roughly, I think, somewhat realistic sized, but it's going to be pretty big. Okay, so now how do we publish this? Well, what we want to do is find the OVRLand that we want to put it on. So this one that says live, Dodge, calculated Scandinavia. Each land has a I think it's called W3W, but it's a 3-name address. So we'll go ahead and copy this. We'll take it to our T-Rex. We'll go to publish our scene. And so you're at this right here, this attribution. I know that I got this as a free thing from Sketchfab, and it was Joel 3D was the artist. So I'm going to attribute them in this section. And I suggest you do that. And we'll allow OVR to promote sure, let's let them promote this. So we'll save and publish. And now once we save and publish, we're just basically doing this template. Now we need to put that template somewhere. Now these are the lands that I own, and I have a lot of pages, right? I have hundreds of lands. So on this wallet, I have like 66 pages of these. But I know that if I put that address right here and hit search, now only one comes up. We click it, we get a check mark. That means it's cool to go. Now we have a couple of these too large textures and too many triangles. Performance check warnings. I've taken this image and displayed it in my yard and then went around and looked at it. So and it displays nicely. And this is the exact template. So now I'm going to publish it. Sometimes you'll get those warnings and it will still look just fine. Just keep that in mind. If you get those little yellows, or the red ones are usually bad. Yellow, you can usually get away with a couple of those. So now it's uploading this and it's putting it on. There we go. It has been published. So now there is a T-Rex on the Santa Monica Pier. Anyone finds that and takes a picture of it, send it to CryptoJoe@Yahoo. Go to About Me on my page here and it'll show you my address. And I'll send you something cool from like wax or something. Let me know. All right, so where else? How can we make some money? So that's how you can publish something with your SDK onto your land real quick, right? So here, I'm going to give you some, excuse me. I'm going to give you some free ideas. And one of them that I was looking at and then I decided this might be a good one to share with you is Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam. So if we look at the map, it'll tell us all the different, I'm not going to break down where you should buy. I'm going to show you an idea and then you can figure it out from here. So we take a map of any airport, but we're using this one, and it'll tell us where the shopping is, where the waiting areas are, where the lounges are, and stuff like that, right? Following along yet? So we'll take that and then we'll go look at Google Earth or something like that. And we'll see, well, look, there's Victoria's Secret. There's a fashion gallery mall All of this inside of here. We see that we have the club lounge, the premium lounge. So these are some of the higher end things. And these are places that I would probably look at, because if you have to wait 4 hours in the airport, you're more likely to download the OVR app. They have free Wi-Fi in the airports most of the time. I know they have it at this one. And walk around and do something while you're waiting for your flight. It's a big airport and there's a lot to do. There's a lot of cool stuff and some open areas. So if you're a traveler, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you're not a traveler, just think in that mentality. I'm going to have to sit here for 6 hours for my international flight and I need something to do. Maybe a fun scavenger hunt, or maybe, and then I could market and do some promotions through some different companies. Or I think you're catching on now. So here is what is purchased at Schiphol Airport. Well, we know that pretty much all of this is like a huge mall area, because we saw that right here. And I've been there, there's a bunch. And if we look through some of these pictures, see there's quite a bit going on. A bunch of different fashion gallery, and I think there's a few duty-free stores in here somewhere and stuff like that. So, but it's, you know, it's a good place to start. Burger King down here in these waiting areas where people go. But my point is, like where Burger King and all that is, nobody's bought these. There's only 4 that have been purchased in the mall area. So there's also a train station and stuff, that's what this is. And this is be the entrance and the drop off and everything. But I was never, why would you want to buy the road? Nobody's gonna stop in the middle of the road and look at your property or use it, right? Maybe I get the sidewalks and stuff like that, and like the waiting areas, bus benches, but not the middle of the road, for me. So other areas. Well, I told you a little bit about my Rodeo Drive. You could do Avenue Montaigne in Paris. So, and I probably said that wrong, but that's kind of, or Rue de Marignan. Anyway, all of these are, there's some cool hotels and high-end stuff, but as you can see, we're talking Gucci, Dior. There's a lot of that feel all throughout Paris, shopping kind of areas. Other people have thought of this, but here's what it looks like. So it's kind of like Rodeo Drive with a European feel. Fair enough. And here's what's been bought. So it's getting popular, but there's still quite a bit of shopping that's left throughout these. Here's where Gucci is and some others, but yeah. So if you're interested in that, Paris is always a good spot. We do know that the Tour Eiffel Grand Auction was about $106,000, right? It was, what, 60 lands, I believe? Let's look through here. OVR has sold the Eiffel Tower, putting it for sale as a non-fungible token on OpenSea for about $107,000 US. It went for 38.6 ETH. It was 60 overlands. So yeah, that's kind of cool, right? Popular, getting more popular. And then we did our T-Rex. So virtual land can be worth more than the real thing after plot sells for $1.5 million. I just want to say that some lands are going to do really well, some may not do that well. Some of these are more gamified, some of them are less. So when you're looking at just NFT lands and stuff like that, there are a lot of them out there. There's stuff you could buy lands in games like Prospector. There's a ton, and like that's a game on Wax, or you could do Axie Infinity. I'm not even going to name them all, but I'll put some links throughout here in the tops for all of those different things, both like metaverse style stuff like Decentraland and stuff, and then some of the AR augmented reality. Anyway, I'm pretty bullish on all this. I tried to keep it down into a short video, but what do you think? I don't think that the bull run's really that over. I think we'll see some more dipping and diving and upping and downing and some weird stuff for Bitcoin as it loses its dominance, but that kind of makes sense a little bit because you have there's what, over 10,000 projects out there now. It's each one of those projects takes a little slice off of Bitcoin, or a little off of off those market caps and their dominance and everything else, and you may not see it until there's 1,000 of those projects, and then 1,000, and it slowly wears down to where Bitcoin can't hold it all forever. Ethereum can't hold it all forever. There's a lot of projects out there. There's a lot of projects out there that shouldn't have anything, too. I mean, there's just some garbage stuff. But I don't think this is one. I think luxury NFTs are coming. I think that augmented reality 3 to 5 years from now is going to be explosive in growth. Tell me what you think. So you want a crypto? Like, subscribe, comment. Cheers.